How are y'all dickheads doing? It is I, once again, Dick Record, coming to you live from the studio in New York City. I'm about to do another premiere draft, DUSKMOURN House of Horror, right here for the YouTube channel. But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, come over to twitch.tv/Dick Record. Link in the description where you can catch me streaming video games, leather crafting, and other sort of nonsense every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from around 4 to around 8 Eastern Standard Time. But with that out of the way, oh, there we go. All right, we're ready already. Pack one, pick one. What are we getting? Let's see. Big money, no whammy, and nope. It's a land. Okay. It's not great. So Killer Mask is not great. I've had so many false starts with Fear of Falling that it's not enough. Yeah, Air Elemental with no ETB is not good enough anymore. You play this and then it gets murdered, you know? Piggy Bank might be okay, right? It's a nice aggressive creature. Vanish from Sight's fine. Meat Locker into Drowned Diner is also pretty good. I don't think Living Phone does enough because it's a 3-drop. Baseball Bat's not where you want to be. And this is a pretty weak pack overall. Grab the Prize exists. I'm tempted, even though it's the wrong choice, to just take the rare. Everything else in this pack sucks, except I can only say like Piggy Bank is good, Meat Locker's good. That's it. Like Bear Trap is. I haven't used Bear Trap once in this format. I haven't been that hard up for removal. Let's just take the Piggy Bank, right? It's a 3/2. It refunds you a treasure when it dies. Look at that, another one. Unable to Scream is pretty good, as is Glimmer Burst. I like both of these cards. Bedhead Beastie, and we're not really like we're not married to our first choice. So we can go anywhere with this. Fear of Exposure is actually pretty neat. It's really good in the Manifest deck, because if you get to manifest this and then flip it up and surprise your opponent with it, that's really nice, actually. Grand Entryway, this is the one that... This actually has pretty good value. If you could bounce this for extra value, it's also really good. I like Fear of Exposure, I like Grand Entryway, I like Unable to Scream. What's greatest here? I really like Unable to Scream, because turning something into an 0/2 and losing all of its other abilities... really good. Like cast your opponent taps out to cast this, and then suddenly you make it you turn their 5/4 trampler into an 0/2 with 1 blue mana is really good tempo. I'm gonna take the Unable to Scream here. There is a Doomsday Excruciator, which I really like. Not because you cast it, you reanimate this, and then suddenly you have a 6/6 that draws you a card every turn, right? The rest of this text is terrible, and you do not want to play it for that. You want to reanimate it with something like Live or Die. I think that this, unless someone else finds himself in Reanimator, will wheel. That said, I will take the Live or Die. I think that this is a great removal spell / reanimation spell. Like, it's both. If we end up in black, this is a fantastic card that can ambush block with the biggest thing in your graveyard, which might just be something you land cycled away, right? It's also Betrayer's Bargain. This is a really good card, but I don't want to be married to my Piggy Bank because it's not like a particularly good choice. Savior of the Small is like honestly too small itself to matter enough, right? As a 3/4 with survival, and you kind of want to avoid anything that says survival on it. I'm going to take the Live or Die. Another land, Drag to the Roots. That's an okay card. There's a Monstrous Emergence. The Innocuous Rat's pretty good too. Hand That Feeds is okay. Trial of Agony is interesting. I think the best card here is the Drag. Not for nothing, getting this for 2 mana to destroy any non-land permanent is really good. I think it would be better than Monstrous Emergence simply because you need to have some sort of creature either in your hand or in play. But Monstrous Emergence is also a really good removal spell. That said, I'm taking the Drag. I'm taking the Drag here. I don't mind the Innocuous Rat. The land is also pretty good. This land cycler, the Branch Snapper, can be a win condition simply because it's a 7/6 trampler for 6 mana. But I'm going to take the Drag right now instead of the land. Imagine just taking all the lands and just trying to high roll the... There's a Defiant Survivor. So this is one of the grown tests of the format. And I think we can actually take this, right? The survival trigger on this is Manifest Dread. I think that that's wild. Drag to the Roots, number 2 is also pretty good. There's a Derelict Addict, which is fine. If you get to untap with this and attack, and then like they can't block and kill it, you get to manifest dread, which means you get to add to your board over and over and over. That's annoying. And if you have enough removal, this ends up being really annoying too. There's another drag to the roots, but I think that Defiant Survivor, this is one of the few survival cards that I think is actually good. I think. There's a Marina Vendrell, Painter's Studio. This is one of the good ones of those types of cards. Don't want Orphans of the Wheat. Final Vengeance is really good. Marina Vendrell. I'm not gonna meme hard enough to do this. This is like very much the, you want to be super eerie. You want to take every door. I'm gonna take the Painter Studio though. It's light up the stage on one side, and it's an Anthem effect on the other side with Defaced Gallery, and I think that's just good enough. Another Marina Vendrell. Oh god. Out of all these, I think I could take the Haunted Screen. I'm not trying to do 5 color right now, right? Although taking Marina, the first one, into the Haunted Screen would have been nice, actually, because then you kind of, and taking all those rare lands actually would have been a really good setup for it. That said, I'm going to take the Haunted Screen because we're so all over the place. I think we might be playing 3 or 4 colors right now. I want to take the Derelict Attic, actually. But it's only really the first side that's good. The second side, and it's not even good. It's just like it's an eerie trigger that draws you 2 cards. The alone attacks alone thing is like, I don't think that's good enough. Most Valuable Slayer is not terrible, actually. I'll take the Most Valuable Slayer. God, this is the wheel of the first pack, and nothing good came out of it. Somebody took the land, of course. These were some really, really bad packs. I'll take the Friendly Teddy. It's a 2-drop. I'll take the Bashful Beastie. This Unable to Scream is looking worse and worse. This Wield, I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Whoo! I'll take this Cemetery. Although there's a Possessed Goat. But we're so far away from white, too. I'll take the Cemetery. There's a Derelict Attic. This is going in a weird direction, and I don't like it. This Unable to Scream, we're so far away from it, right? And the Doomsday Excruciator likely doesn't get cast. I can't tell you where we are right now. Like, we might be doing Mardu Reanimator somehow, right? Because we got the Doomsday Excruciator. There's a Final Vengeance, too. That's wild. The Swarm Weaver, which I can't say no to. This is such a good card. It's a 2/3 that makes 2 1/1 flyers. And if you have Delirium, all of your insects and spiders get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. The Drag to the Roots earlier went kind of late. And I think our better cards are in black, right? We also got the Haunted Screen. So let's take the Swarm Weaver. It's just way too good. Seeing another Unable to Scream, just let's pass that up. There's a really good card in Exercise here, right? It's Reprisal, not instant speed though, but it's a Reprisal that also can exile. And it's a artifact and enchantment or creature. Greenhouse is also not terrible. Well, no, I'm thinking of the other one. I was thinking of the other one. I'm sorry. Greenhouse is terrible. I'm taking the Swarm Weaver here. Let's see. Surgical Suite. This is the one that gets something small back. Defiled Crypt. I don't think that's good enough. Storyteller's terrible. This Fear of Isolation is really good, actually. I really like Fear of Isolation. I'm going to be perfectly honest. But we're so far away from black. I'm sorry, from blue. Maybe the pick here is Glimmerlight? Because, like, I don't see us playing white right now. Otherwise, I'd take the Trapped. Surgical Suite is also really good. But again, like, we're not playing white currently. So the best pick for us and in general is probably just this Glimmerlight. I don't like the Defiled Crypt. Even if you build around it, I don't think it's good enough. Right? Return target creature from your graveyard to your hand and possibly make a 2/2. Sinking all that mana into the first side, the Defiled Crypt, feels bad. I'm going to take the Glimmerlight. It's just going to be good in any deck. There's a Vile Mutilator. Beastie Beatdown. We're not necessarily in red, but it does feel like we're in green, black. It's hard to tell. This is the one that's Manifest Dread and Win Condition at the other side. There's also a Vile Mutilator. This is the one that, if we can reanimate this, it's also really good, but even if we can't, just casting it. The problem is having to sacrifice to it, but being able to cast it, being able to reanimate it's really good. So I think we could take that. There's a Meat Hook Massacre too. Whenever a creature you control dies, that's for control. That's like for control. There's also a Sawblade Skin Ripper. Can we do Jund Sacrifice? Because this is a pretty late Sawblade Skin Ripper. We already have a Final Vengeance, Piggy Bank, Friendly Teddy's fine, Glimmerlight. I don't think we play the Defiant Survivor then. And we just try to focus on Jund colors and Jund fixing and sacrifice payoffs. Like Final Vengeance, Piggy Bank, stuff like that. Maybe that's the lane that we need to take. I don't think we take Meat Hook Massacre here. Let's take the Skin Ripper. See how this goes. Growing Dread. Wow. Make me regret it immediately. But there was no blue early. Whenever you turn a permanent face up, put a 1/1 counter on it. Like, we have the Defiant Survivor. If we could play this into... No, that's not going to happen. Cautious Survivor is also not for us. Is this the... No, this is the Greenhouse. I don't think it's going to be good in this deck. Gosh. Alright, I'm going to take the Growing Dread. We'll see where this goes. There's a Rite of the Moth. I'm tempted to take that. I really am. Is that good here? It's not the Murky Sewer. We're so far from blue, I feel that like this Growing Dread is also looking badder and badder. I'm gonna take the right. There's a Fear of Infinity, another screen. We don't want the screen. I think we want the Winter's Intervention to have the removal. Another screen, Winter's Intervention, or we don't want that, so I'll take the Winter's Intervention. Fear of Lost Teeth ain't it. I don't think it's the Greenhouse, although the Greenhouse, turn up to 2 permanents from among them to your hand. God, that's the second Greenhouse that I've seen go this late. Permanents from among them. Okay. This might be a Chandelier deck, actually. If we're going to try to, like, put all of our cards into our graveyard, somehow. Banish from sights, okay. Cryptid Inspector. Wow, that's a late Inspector. Murky Sewer, we'll take that. Final Vengeance. Okay. Possessed Goat's a card, but I don't think we take it. Or I don't think we play it. We might be playing like 17 color, whatever. And this is... I honestly couldn't tell you where our lane is right now. So much has happened. I am very concerned. Bale Merc Leech. Alright, gets the 2-drop. There's a FOMO. It's in our colors. I think that's okay. There's also a Glassworks. FOMO also, when you trigger Delirium, gives us additional combat phase. There's also a Brood Spinner. And I think Brood Spinner works really well with Swarmweaver because it makes a bunch of creatures that would then get buffed by the Swarmweaver. I think we actually take the Brood Spinner over this Fear of Missing Out. And over the Glassworks. I was actually tempted to take the Glassworks over the FOMO, but I think the 2-drops are better here, and I think we take the Brood Spinner first. There's an Unstoppable Slasher. There's also a Shroud Stomper. Jeez. We're kind of far off from white. I don't want to just be casting that. I'll take the Unstoppable Slasher. Because this is just a win condition on its own, and it's so annoying. This is the stupidest card I've ever seen. This stupid thing, Marvin. Let's see. There's a Cathartic Parting. 4 cards from your graveyard into the library. I think we take the Parting here, actually. Yeah, I think we take the Parting here. Not for nothing. That's like a really good card here. I don't think we play Rite of the Moth, actually. I think we got to try to go for Jund. Which means... Oh, Piggy Bank's actually fine. Growing Dread's not great. Unable to Scream. Let's get out of that. Okay, so we'll take the Cathartic Parting. We got to put Fixing higher. Rip can go away. Valgavoth's Faithful. is a reanimation spell, which is going to be good for Doomday Excruciator. So we're going to take that as well, because I don't plan on casting Doomday Excruciator and doomsdaying us. So, let's see. There's a Beastie. There's a Peer Past the Veil. There's also a Resurrected Cultist and a Disturbing Mirth. Sacrifice another enchantment or creature. If you do, draw 2 cards. When you sacrifice it, manifest dread. And so Final Vengeance is sacrifice a creature or enchantment, exile target creature. I think we take the Mirth over the Veil here. I would like the Beastie. There's a Beastie Beatdown. There's a Shack. This is hard. There's a Rat, and there's a Fear of... We got 2 Final Vengeances, 2 Winter's Interventions, so let's not take that. Let's take the Innocuous Rat for now. Just have a nice 2-drop. As much as I like the Glimmerlight... another Grimoire. These things go so late. It's so dumb. We're not going to take the Percussionist because I'd hate to exile something that I want to hit the graveyard. So I'm going to take the Spectral Snatcher, tap a Land Cycler, Insidious Fungus, destroy target, and then, or Ramp. That seems really good. Seems better than Etched Cornfield. Draw a card, then Ramp. This is essentially a 1/2 that turns into a growth spiral. Yeah, okay. It's funny in a way. Do I have a Bedhead Beastie? I do. I'm gonna take the Inspector then. I don't want the Nor in here. Another Derelict Attic. Sure. I think we need the card draw. I don't think we want the Skullstab Nuisance, but I will try a Trial of Agony. And a Ripper's not it for us. We don't actually... Oh, we do have a 5-drop. It's also a Fear of Lost Teeth. And a Saw. Let's take the Saw. Oh, and a Cultist. That's late. Enter the Enigma's not for us. Okay, so... Here's our issue. I don't know if the Doomsday Excruciator is good here. I don't know if we're milling ourselves enough. Right? I think we can cut the Trial. I think the Fungus is fine. We're not doing enough eerie things for Balemark Leech to matter, and if it had Death Touch, I'd keep it, but it doesn't. Innocuous Rat's fine. Piggy Bank might be okay. Cathartic Parting, I think, is very important in this deck, actually. Because we're going to be doing some stupid and we'd like to just kind of put things back in our deck. Brood Spinner, I wish we had more of those. Friendly Teddy's okay. I think that's good for triggering Delirium. Equipped creature attacks me, sacrifice another permanent. Other than that creature or Saw. It's another permanent. Up permanent. Other than that creature or Saw. I've never gotten to try this, but you could sacrifice lands to this. Okay. I don't think we're doing much with the face down stuff, so I'm going to get rid of this. Cryptid Inspectors. Then again, we have a Defiant Survivor. Sawblade Skin Ripper might be the better card there. Let's see. First Strike and +1/+0. I don't know if we're ever going to resurrect that. I need to be perfectly honest. Let me get rid of the Chandelier. We have too many 6s. We have a 7. We have a 6. We have a bunch of 6s. We're not playing the Sewer. We could play the Cemetery. This is such a polluted everything base. Oh my god. Let's see. We have enough creatures, right? We have 18 creatures. We could probably cut one. The screen itself becomes another creature. Oh, meant to do this first. Okay. Cree. This is the wildest I've ever drafted. Jundsack, maybe? Alright, Most Valuable Slayer doesn't really do enough. I'm gonna cut that. These are land cyclers, so I think we keep those. We need that thing. We need the intervention. The parting is pretty okay. Manifest, this also manifests, so maybe... You know what? I think we only need one of these attics. Okay. We have a lot of things at the top end. I really want to try Doomsday Excruciator. I don't know how we get it into the graveyard. I know it's going to be ultra hard to cast. We don't really want to cast it. So I think that needs to go. Right? If it ends up in our hand, there's no way for us to get rid of it. Draw 2 cards, right? Let me double check that. Let me make sure that there's no way for us to get it. And if it ends up getting exiled with Painter Studio, that's bad. Wait, right? Yeah, because it's almost uncastable. So I'm going to cut that. Glimmerlight's a creature. Let's go put the removal here. Vengeance's intervention. The Mirth is not removal. Parting is, though. Drag to the Roots is also removal, as is Live or Die. That's a lot of removal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is kind of partial removal, so 6 pieces of removal. We have a lot of really expensive things, so Painter Studio is something that we might not want to do for quite a while in the game. I wish we got more fixing. So, having said that, I think the Friendly Teddy gets to stay. Sacrifice another enchantment or creature. If you do, draw 2 cards when you sacrifice this. Manifest Dread. Okay. How many creatures do we have again? 16. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of a Cryptid Inspector. We're going to... This feels bad. I'm going to get rid of the Glimmerlight. No. Let's get rid of the Parting. Let's get rid of the... Let's get rid of a Final Vengeance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 removal spells. Let's get rid of... we don't need all this equipment. Let's get rid of the Glimmerlight. We'll get rid of the Glimmerlight. Okay? Screen is ramp. Fungus is ramp. We have 12 creatures, 15 creatures. 15 creatures. Okay. This is real hard to make choices. 42. We don't have a lot of card draw, so I think we have to keep what we have here, and we can't just hope to accidentally draw the line. So I have to cut something. I think it's Derelict Attic. I actually hate that card. I don't hate it. I like the draw 2 part. I don't like the Death Touch part because I feel like it's never relevant. Defaced Gallery is typically more relevant during the game, so we're gonna keep that in there. It's also a draw 2. Like, comparing this to the other one, I get it's uncommon versus a common. It's just so it's weird to compare them. And let's look at the mana situation here. We have 15 black spells to our 5 and 6 red and green ones, so let's actually cut one of those reds and put another black source in there. So we have 8 black sources, and then a fair amount of these 2, right? Actually, I think we should have more green sources than red sources even. I guess we do technically, because we have... This would always be 5 at least, or 6. Red feels like a splash color, but I don't feel like we can get rid of it, because like we do need to... There's a 2-drop there. We don't have a single double green spell, right? Yeah. All right, so let's do this. All right, so that's 5, 5, and 7. Okay. 5, 5, and 8, technically, right? I think that's fine. Call it done. Done with Jund. Done with Jund, also known as Dund. Because we're 0-0 going into our first match. Oh boy. Perfect mana. Keep it. Play the Innocuous Rat turn 2. Yeah, let's play the Innocuous Rat. They probably have the, what's it called? Yeah, Scorching Dragonfire. The exile one. That's fine. I'd rather them exile that than exile our Brood Spinner. Let's see. So, If I play the Haunted Screen, I can't play anything else. Or if I play the Brood Spinner, I can at least block the 1/4. Surveil 2. I want both of these, actually. Next turn, I could just cast the Swarm Weaver. And I think that's a really good use of our mana, so let's just do that. I could have put them both in my graveyard, but I don't know how to feel about, like, ooh, most valuable Slayer. Okay. All right. There's also the... We can cast this, and then we can cast the Painter Studio, but I don't think that that's good enough. Although it does fix us for a lot of things, so maybe we should do that. And it ramps us a little bit too, so in case next turn after that we can actually draw a land, we just play the Bedhead Beastie. You know what? I'm fine with that. Black, black, play the screen. And then we'll play the gallery. No attacks here. These two would just eat it. Chainsaw. Ooh, that's bad. Rest in peace, Brood Spinner. Oh, rough. Rough for us. Okay. Sure. Let's see. I could crack this, try to hit a land. And then cast, if we do hit a land, Skin Ripper? Or I could just play the Beastie. No, I can't play the Beastie. We need another land, right? Yeah. Okay. I guess we're gonna crack this. I'd like to hit a land. There's a land. There's 2 lands. Okay. So... play the red source. Play the Skin Ripper. The Skin Ripper is actually really good with this +1/+0 thing because it's got Menace. We don't block this. Ghostly Keybearer. Okay, so they can't block that. Play the land. Take the 4. And then, let's see. I have a creature in the yard. I think the most correct thing to do is just to play the big thing. I guess I could play the Mutilator. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token enchantment, then a non-token creature. Let's hold off on that for now. Let's just play the big beastie. As much as I want to cast the Mutilator, I don't want to sacrifice the, I guess I could sacrifice this thing. The gallery? Enduring Curiosity. Okay. So they do get to draw 2 cards off of this. Yeah. Like, that's rough. I think I just swing here. Yep. Rough for me. Can exile that. I think the correct thing to do is to play the Mutilator after this. And sacrifice this thing, but I think we swing here. They'd have to double block either of these things. Yep. Okay, so I kill the Curiosity. Because they're going to have to sacrifice it anyway. Wait, hold on. If I kill the Slayer... right? They still have to sacrifice the Curiosity, and I still have a flyer. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Resolve. And then we play the Vile Mutilator, sacrificing our, this thing. They have to sacrifice a creature and an enchantment. A non-token enchantment and a non-token creature. Sure. They could put that on this. But I get to block it with the Mutilator. Do it. Come on. Come on. What else are you gonna do? Don't you want to get rid of my big flyer? A bedhead beastie, sure. Okay. We play the land. I think we play the Swarm Weaver. So that we have things to sacrifice to Final Vengeance. Right. Oh. Just target a creature. Sacrifice this. Yep. Resolve. Yep. Next. 2 attackers. Attack with these 2. They have to block? I guess we just win. Good game. Alright. I guess they didn't want to lose their last creature. Sure. Cool. Awesome. That actually worked out really well. Yeah, because we knew that they would have to sacrifice both this. I wanted them to go down 2 creatures, right? So this cleared out the board a lot more. And them choosing to then play their Bedhead Beastie as like their only play while we had a 1-mana removal spell was really good for us. Leaf Match. That Final Vengeance was like really good. I'm tempted to put in another one and take out something else. Claim. And I think that the play is to remove Winter's Intervention and put in another Final Vengeance. And let's run it like that. 1-0 going into round 2. With Jund Whacrifice? Jacrifice. Jund Sacrifice. Here's our next opponent. Jund Sac. Oh god. Jund Sacrifice was like a problem in Pioneer for a while. Perfect mana, let's go. Turn 2 Defaced Gallery, turn 3 Unstoppable Slasher, or maybe turn 2 Saw, right? One or the other. Oh, and the Unstoppable Slasher is actually really good with any sacrifice things. Okay, Possessed Goat's not great for me. Play a red source and say go, because we're gonna play this turn 2, and this turn 3. They do get to hit us here. Reluctant Role Model. That's not good. Yeah. We'll play the red source. We're gonna play this. We're gonna play this thing. So the Reluctant Role Model is a problem because it's gonna get bigger, right? Escort. Okay. Sure. If they don't give it flying, they should give it flying here. Wow. Okay. Strange. Jundtron here. Now we have a good blocker for the Reluctant Role Model if they just throw it at us. Although they're going to give it indestructible with the Hardened Escort, I think. Yep. Oh, then we just do this? I will say this. I would have liked something. Okay, so that's a Drag to the Roots. The worst part about Drag to the Roots here is that we don't have Delirium, and they're going to put all these tokens on something else. Next to combat. No attacks right now. End turn. We can cast it targeting the Reluctant Role Model after they attack with these 2. It looks like they're playing a what's it called? Ritual Chamber. Okay. That's not great. Resolve. Pass. You gonna attack with that too? No? Alright, so... if I don't drag that to the roots, I have to drag this to the roots. Again, Reluctant Role Model is a real problem here. To blockers. Pass to damage. Taking the damage. They get to keep putting all these tokens on that thing. So, like, if they put a lifelink token on this, yeah. Let's see. Like, that's an issue. Insidious Fungus here. We'll play this. And I think we just play a Saw here. Next. If I throw the slasher at them, they have to block, right? Oh, they're just gonna go down to... Okay. End turn. Enduring tenacity. Are we dead to that? Please attack with everything. No? Alright. Pass, no blockers. Pass to damage. Yep. We take another 3 because of that. And they're probably gonna put more counters on it? Yeah. Draw a card. Play that. I think the most correct thing to do here... I think we're like super dead. Because they sacrifice this and then they just still have this. And that's like not enough, right? If I throw this at them, they block it, clearly. And they probably block it with tenacity, even. If they just take it, that'd be interesting. But we're just dead. So, and then they could sacrifice that because they don't want to activate that anyway because it's going to drain them. I guess they could turn their possessed goat into a what's it called? But they're going to gain 5 off of this. They have to sacrifice the enduring tenacity, but they get to keep it. Oh no, they don't. They sacrifice the other one. That's right. Yeah, good game. Maybe they don't realize it. Yeah, good game. I'll scoop. Because no matter what happens, I take 4, right? I take 4 from this thing. Well, either 4 from this thing or 4 from this thing. So yeah, leave match. That was so well. I can't say it was close. We top decked so many lands that we just played that stupid thing ahead of time. I'm not surprised. Here's our next opponent. We're 1-1 going into round 3. Getting to sacrifice the Mutilator, though, for all that value was really nice. This is perfect, actually. We can land cycle this if we need to, right? But we could turn to Innocuous Rat, and I think that's pretty good as well. So technically perfect mana. Man, I love these land cyclers. At 2, they feel fine. At 1, they're really good, but they're probably too good for standard then. Oh, yeah, and the fungus. That can be Among Us. Okay. I forgot that I had a 1-drop even. You imagine. Oh, there's a red source right there. Let me just hit him. And we'll play a rat. Flesh Borrower. Okay. I guess that thing just gets to hit me now. Play the Cryptid Inspector. No attacks. I get to block the Flesh Borrower with the Innocuous Rat, which means that we get to manifest something. Sure. That gets first strike. Sure. I'll block like this. Manifest Dread. Take a land, I guess. I don't know. Let's play this. We have the Final Vengeance. It's a free attack. And a hand check. They could block it. And end turn here. We could land cycle, right? And then resurrect the Bedhead Beastie. Okay, sure. That gets Death Touch, and then that gets that. Okay. And first strike. Ooh, that's right. Okay. So if I put this in front of that, I can then There's a few things I can do here. And I think what I do is... Do I just take this 5? I think we do take the 5 here, solely because I don't really want to, like, risk anything, right? Like, all that untapped mana could be, like, real bad for us. Pass. Pass. Like, that's just only 5 Damasio. Fear of exposure. Oh my. Oh, this is a sorcery. Okay. So... I guess we do mountain cycle this. Grab that mountain. And my turn. Huh, another Final Vengeance. Okay. Final Vengeance. Target this. Kill this. Next, attack with this. And... Oh, I could have just killed that with this Insidious Fungus, actually. But this is not an Exile, it's Destroy effect, so yeah. End turn. I did that mainly because we have access to... Oh, Fear of Being Hunted. Okay. Okay, alright. I can destroy that with the Insidious Fungus. Sure. That gains First Strike and Death Touch. Okay. I put this in front of that. I put this in front of that. Right? And then we sacrifice the fungus to destroy that. Okay. Because I have to block it. And this saves us the most amount of damage. Pass to blockers. Put this in front of that. Put this in front of that. Destroy target enchantment. Unless they have target creature gains indestructible until end of turn in red or green, which I don't think exists in this format. Yeah, so we save ourselves the most damage there. Yeah. Granted, I'd love to draw something that I could play. A Swarm Weaver would be really good here. No? Alright. Land. Next. I'll attack to damage. And I guess we can, at the very least, Bedhead Beastie. Liver Diet. Pass. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Okay. Resolve. Resolve. I think we just take the 5 here. Pass. No blocks. They have something, but, like, they just don't want to play it, I guess? I don't know. Like, there's no ninjutsu cards in this format. Oh, you know what they might have? They might have that double strike thing. Yeah. Sure. Ticket booth. Manifest Dread, sure. I wish we had a ticket booth, actually. Like, in retrospect, that would have been nice for the Cryptid Inspector. Okay. Live or die. Return target creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. Bedded Beastie. Womp. Haunted Screen. That's great here, actually. I think what I could do here is attack with both and then sacrifice the Beastie to get rid of the Flesh Burrower. Or not even the Flesh Burrower. We do play the Haunted Screen, though. Okay. Turn inside out. Sure. Not exactly what I was hoping there. Okay. Play this. I'm gonna take 5, 6, 7. Might have to kill something then. You know what? Let's make them have it. Yep. Yep. If this flips over to something like really big, that's gonna suck. I'm gonna have to make them have it. I have to make them have it. Yep. Okay. They had a lot of turn inside outs then. Okay. Because that's like the second one of those that they played. Not for nothing. Turn inside out's a fantastic card. Hold on. Right? Especially if you have Delirium triggered and you're using it with the hand that feeds, or fear of being hunted, right? Especially with Most Valuable Slayer. Leave match. It's a really good combat trick, apparently. But it was also one of those, like, I have to make them have it, because we don't have anything else here. Alright, here's our next opponent. We're 1 and 2 going into round 4 in the super duper losers bracket. No, this super losers. I guess the losers bracket, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is fine. I would like a red source. We can keep this though. Winter's Intervention, hopefully Spectral Sailor, Snatcher rather, can help us stick around, right? Would like a creature though. Next, and turn. I will pitch the Spectral Snatcher though. Pass. Just to make sure that we hit our land drops. Okay, that said, pitch, we'll play that. We'll play the gallery. Okay, Cryptid Inspector, sure. What do we play here? I guess we don't really have to play that or that. Next, end turn. Okay. Sure, I'm gonna kill this then. The Infernal Phantom doesn't really matter to me that much. Let's see. Play this. We'll play the Defiant Survivor. And the Sow. We might take a lot of damage off this Infernal Phantom, which could suck. Could. Keyword could. Rootwise Survivor, okay. I could block that. They're gonna get a land creature off of it. If I block it... Oh, I can't Winter's Intervention. Never mind. No blocks. There's no Winter's Intervention here for us. It's like, never mind. Whoops. Haha. Foolish of me. Alright, so next. I get a 4-2. I think this is a worthwhile block here for them. Sure. Deals 2 to me. Yep. I think we unlock the other side of this. I don't think I played a land yet, and we're getting 2 more lands. That's not great. Alright, so end turn there. Let's see. I can sacrifice an enchantment. They would have to sacrifice a creature and an enchantment. But I guess we're going to play the Vile Mutilator next turn. Hopefully they play an enchantment here. That's not an enchantment. Oh, and the worst part about that is that it makes more creatures. Okay. And it has haste. And it has haste. I'm gonna kill this here. This way, we get the Mutilator. Trigger out. Oh, can they just make that bigger? They can. That's not great. Sacrifice this. Sacrifice this, submit. And I think they just sacrificed their Rootwise Survivor. It could be the Horde Caller. I think the Survivor is the thing that you... well... it really depends. If they sacrifice... oh, am I just dead? I might be just dead. Alright, so we have to block the forest. We have to, weird things to say out loud. We have to block the forest. Because otherwise we're dead to the token that the Horde Caller is gonna make. You know? And if they have a trick that makes their forest larger, I'm just dead. Yep. Wow. All right. Manifest Dread. Ah. Darn. Can I do both? Oh, I can. But it's not going to be good enough. And they get to sacrifice the token. Right? Because we cast this, and then we sacrifice it to bring back the Mutilator. And they sacrifice an enchantment and a creature. And I'm still dead to the Horde Caller. Yeah, you sacrificed the one... oh, non-token. Whoops! Okay. So that's a land. And then I'm just dead to... yeah, I'm just dead to that. So, yeah, good game. Ah, that sucked. It sucked. We didn't get to do the thing. I don't know what the thing was, but we didn't get to do it. It's okay. This format's incredibly complicated, and it's still like eluding me as to what I'm supposed to do. Realistically, some of those early packs were like really bad. The best thing being that I could have taken out of our pack 1 pick 1 was a piggy bank, right? And then pack 2 was just like, I guess I'll take an unable to scream because everything else here is garbage. We did what we could. We did what we could. We went 1 and 3, and that'll happen. If you enjoyed watching me fail as a human being, please come over to twitch.tv/dickrecord. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel as well. And with that, I'm out of here. You all have a wonderful evening. Take care.